Welcome to Mornings with Patricia. I'm in my front yard, and if you look over here, you'll be able to see one of Bruce's beehives. And oh, this is such a lovely day. Wonder how your day's been going. I'm listening to the doves coo. There's a pair that I think I told you we've had around forever, and I just love to listen to them talk to each other. So, happy Monday morning to you. I'm going to be talking today about practicing the presence. I'm going to use the book by Joel Goldsmith. And Joel Goldsmith, you can find some of his stuff on the internet. You can find his books. And he practiced something he called the infinite way. And Practicing the Presence is a powerful book. I just see when this was written. Well, this copyright is 1986, but he was long before that. Okay, so he's talking about spiritual consciousness, and if you start your day in alignment and in a centeredness with that spiritual consciousness, it makes such a difference. So I'm outside, and I'm trying to look at the time here and see. Okay, this is always just so interesting to try to do this outside with all the reflections. So thanks for your patience. So Joe Goldsmith writes, "The degree of spiritual consciousness which we attain can be measured by the extent to which we relinquish our dependence on the external world of form, and place our faith and confidence in something greater than ourselves, in the infinite invisible." I love that, the infinite invisible, which can surmount any and every obstacle. It is an awareness of the grace of God. There is a specific practice which will aid in the attainment of this spiritual consciousness. It is a practice which can be carried on throughout the day as the world crowds in upon us, reminding us that we need this or desire that. To every such insistent demand, let our answer be, no, no. This is not what I need or want. Thy grace is my sufficiency, nothing else. Not money, not marbles, only thy grace. Let us learn to hold to that resolutely. If the need seems to be railway fare, okay, so this is dated, huh? Rent, clothing, housing, or health, let us steadfastly acknowledge that our only need is his grace. So, it doesn't matter really what tradition you come from, whether you call him or her or creator or spirit, whatever works for you. The point that I think is so pertinent here with Goldsmith is that it's about knowing that the presence is not only surrounding us but infusing us, right? It's when we take a look, what he's saying is when we take a look at the external world, we see a deficit, right? Somebody has something we don't, or we think we need or want something, or rent needs to be paid, or maybe health isn't so good, and there's always something external. But think about this. Those external things are not infinite. That's what Goldsmith is saying, which is so powerful. You and I, the big I, the big self, the one that is always in that grace, is infinite. So why would that infinite self of ours be wrought by anything that's finite, right? Our bodies will, be birthed, and someday we'll die, and there's the passing of that, but that's simply form. And so everything external is form. But what is infinite is that love and grace. When you start your day, right, and you work and live throughout your day in that infinite love and grace, things are very different. Things are very different. You become the nature of the divine. You become gentle. You become yielding, right? I love that, yielding. It doesn't matter It doesn't matter what happens today or, appears. I know it's finite. It has a beginning and it has an end. But the grace of God, the grace of Spirit, the grace of Creator, that grace is infinite. And that grace is me. That grace is you. And we get to be here in this physical world among finite things, enjoying that experience. Okay? But it's an experience. It's not who we are. And that's what we forget. As you start your day to day, it may be sometimes hard to remember that what you're experiencing is not who you are. Your thoughts are not who you are. Right? How untruthful are our thoughts so many times? I'm not worthy. I'm broke. I'm this, I'm that. They're not trustworthy thoughts. They're not. And they're not the thoughts of the grace of or the divine. That's good. I'm looking at the trees, and overhead you see this big maple. And if you take a look at the leaves, right? I talk to my students about this. If you want to experience something very different, when you look at a tree, look at the spaces between the leaves. Look at the spaces between these leaves, right? And you start to understand the form by what is not there. Right? You start to understand the form by what is not there. When you concentrate on the space, the leaves become very defined. Right? And you can enjoy those leaves. But you have a sense there's something greater that is not appearing, that gives shape and form to the leaves. Without the space around the leaves, you wouldn't be able to see the leaf, right? And think about the presence that way. Just because you can't see it, you are always defined by it, right? It defines you. It defines you. It's an amazing thing. I'm feeling so much love and heart-centeredness today. And a friend who has been in a lot of physical pain has passed over today. And I know this sounds strange, maybe, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that my friend gets to go home and is out of physical pain. And this friend really enjoyed this life. That's the other thing about practicing the presence, right? I mean, you get one shot at this place as Patricia. Why would you spoil that with any drama or pain? I mean, we have it, we experience it, but if we can bring ourselves back to that center and say, look, I got this one-shot ticket as this persona, and it's a gift. It's an amazing gift. Why would I disabuse that? It's so beautiful here. A nice light breeze. I'm so deeply grateful for my life. Sometimes things are really difficult. Like I think about our transition right now with sacred space. We don't really know what's happening with that. But what I'm grateful for is community and the presence within community. And I know that it's not the space we're in. I used to think it was. It's not the space we're in. It's the space we're in, right? And practicing that presence individually and as community. That's an amazing thing to do. An amazing thing to do. I'm very appreciative of every opportunity I have to connect with other souls here, because I know we connect on the other side, right? And that's a different experience, but our souls they have an essence, a personality, and then we get to see that delivered in physical form with all the positives and negatives. It's pretty amazing. I think that somehow maybe on the other side, because, and I don't know this to be true, right? But because we're vibrating so high and we're the light and not in physical form, some of the things that are an impediment here in our personalities actually, just don't matter there, because the vibration of light is so high, that it just, transcends all that. Um, Practicing the presence. I was thinking about, with practicing the presence, about meditation. And wow, we make meditation such a lot of work, right? You know, we say, I don't have time to meditate, or, all these things about the thoughts that go through my mind, or just practice the presence, right? Just be in your joy, be in that love. You're not working when you're meditating. You're communicating with the divine. It's like, it's your Skype time, it's your telephone call time, to Creator. Oh my goodness. It's so hard to meditate. Okay, it's not. If it's hard to meditate, you're not doing it, from the heart. You're doing it from the head. And it should be joy. It should be, wow, It's a place where you can hear God respond. That's amazing. You're not sure if there's a God? Practice the presence. You'll feel it. How do you practice the presence? Again, it's about not letting external things determine, your experience. No. There's no needs or anything that is not already delivered by the divine. But the thought that we still need it or want it, and that it's out there, you see, keeps it out there. That's an energy that keeps it away from us. And so many times we want things in order to be out of pain. We want to win the lottery so that we can go travel, or not have to be at a job that we say we don't like. But my goodness, if we practice the presence, everything that we're here to experience will happen. It will. Nice deep breath. Another nice deep breath. Practice the presence within you today. Be in joy. It's Monday morning. I don't think there's Monday mornings on the other side, right? That's something specifically and deliciously for us on the physical plane. Have a wonderful day, and just feel that love. Right? You're never alone. So, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, I love myself, and I love you, and you are loved, and you are never alone. Feel the presence today. Namaste, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful day.